Do you ever have that negative voice inside your head telling you you can't do something, you are not good enough, or you will fail? We as parents can so easily get caught on our shortcomings or our challenges or even what feels like a failure. But today I'm here to teach you three simple things you can do to challenge that negative voice in your head, to find your abilities, to focus on your worth, and to drive your life through your purpose. Welcome to the Emotionful Dad Channel. I'm Rob. I'm so glad you're here. Thanks for making it today. Today we're going to dive into three self-talk phrases that can help you come from a place of capability, a place of worth, and a place of motivation in order to fight that negative voice inside of your head. Today we'll go through three specific pieces. I can, I am, and I will. Using an I can statement comes from a place of strength and focuses us back on our ability to persevere. It reminds us that no matter what, something is in our control. Think of a time when you had a really big parenting struggle and you weren't sure what to do. The thought probably went through your mind, I can't. There's no way I can handle this. This is impossible. Those feelings bring us to a place of hopelessness or helplessness, as if we don't have the capability to survive, to manage, or to even potentially deal with the problem at hand. This can really drive us into a place of despair, into a place of anger, sadness, other sort of emotions that can be really difficult to deal with. So think about using an I can statement in a situation where you've been overwhelmed. For me, it's when my silly daughter just becomes intransigent and will not budge on something that seems so simple. Picking up her toys, brushing her teeth, fill in the blank. That feeling of, I can't handle this. I can't do anything unless she gives in, oftentimes leads to a power struggle, which every parent knows definitely works, right? Wrong. I can help me come back to that place of strength. I can handle this. I can do this. Or even the age old, I can outlast her calmly. I'm an adult. I have that capability. It may not feel like it, but I can. And that's where the strength comes in from using an I can statement. It brings us back to our capabilities and reminds us we're not helpless, which we need in so many situations as a parent because there is so much out of our control. Now moving on to using the phrase I am. Think of a time when you have not felt valuable or felt worthwhile. Could easily come from a parenting situation where you made a decision that just felt wrong or felt as if you were acting in a way that you didn't want to as a parent. Reminding yourself and coming back to that inerring worth that you have always and forever just because of who you are can really build that energy back into positive parenting. When I come down to a statement of I am, that really leans on my characteristics, my traits, things that are inherent to me that are unchanging despite my behavior. So think of a time when you could use an I am. What might that situation be? Is it I am strong, I am confident, I am a good parent, I am capable, I am worthy, I am loved and can show love to my child. All of these come from that place of worth that we have no matter what. Even when our behaviors don't show it, we still have that worth. And coming back and reminding of that I am is a really strong way to ground and center yourself in that worth. And from worth, we do amazing things. Nobody has ever hated themselves into being better. I've said that many times, and I'm sure I will say it many more times. That is true here. Come back to your worth. Come back to your I am, and that will give you the strength for the next step. Think about using the statement, I will. That is such an important moment when we decide, I will do this. It comes from a place of motivation. It comes from a place of capability and is built off of our worth and gives us a purpose and a direction for the future. I don't know about you, but so many times as a parent, I felt like I don't know what to do. I have no clue. I am making this up as I go. If I come back to that, I will. Now I have a purpose. Now I have a direction. It may not be right, and it doesn't necessarily need to be right. All of these come back down to that idea of putting forth the effort and trying and reminding yourself of these positives helps you do the best you can. Saying, I will, fills you with this idea, this motivation, this drive to succeed, this drive to push, this drive to try, whatever it is that you need in that moment. There is really strength in that statement. And tying that together with the other two creates an ultimate strategy to move you from hopelessness and helplessness to motivation, energy, and drive in a positive way. Comes at such less of a cost of negative energy. And I think it'll be worth it when you give it a try. So let's dive into how to do that. We've talked about the I can, I am, and I will statements briefly. Now let's talk about using them all together, because there is some real power in combining each one of these to build into a place of motivation and strength and capability. So let's think about a situation. I'll give the common example of my silly daughter decides she doesn't want to clean up her toys and she starts throwing them. I can get pretty frustrated at that. She is certainly capable. She can. There's nothing stopping her. This is one of those moments that feels very unnecessary. And those always trigger me the most. So when I come to that moment, I oftentimes feel I can't handle this. I'm not a good parent. I will not make it through this without screaming. All of these thoughts are coming through my mind. So take it back to that first one. I can get through this. I am a good parent. I will address this calmly and be the calm I want to see in my child. Yeah, now I'm coming from a place of peace. Now I'm coming from a place of being the adult in the room that I didn't feel like I was a few minutes ago. This combination of the three helps us move from incapability to strength, to movement, to action, to positivity, to motivation, whatever it is that we need to get to. Tying the three together in this simple order can be really powerful. It drives us towards where we want to be, which most of the time isn't fixing things, because most things don't need fixed. It's just feeling okay through some of the chaos, through some of the moments of madness, or through some of the hard times when nothing may be wrong other than everybody got bad sleep. Tying these three together is a huge source of power. I encourage you to try stringing them together as often as you can and trying them each individually, because I think each one has something to give. Again, together, all three come to such a strong place by combining them. In summation, the three statements coming together of I can, I am, and I will bring us back from a place of helplessness, bring us back from a place of feeling bad about ourselves or feeling stuck and unable to move forward. Using each one has its own value on its own, but combining the three can really take us from stuck to super, from lost to I have a path forward. And there's real value in loving yourself no matter what. These statements come back to that simple idea of you are good enough. You're an amazing parent just because of who you are. And if you can't know that, then it's hard for anybody else to convince you. And the only way you can know it is if you practice, if you trust yourself, and if you believe that you can, that you am, just kidding, that you are, and that you will. Those are very powerful sentiments that can pull you forward through any challenge. And I challenge you to try them. If you are feeling like all of this is difficult because emotions continue to get in the way of your thinking, I'd encourage you to take a look at my video here about what it is to be emotionful and learning about what emotions can tell us. Emotions are information, and in this experience, whatever emotions we're feeling aren't the truth. The truth is what we can tell ourselves and what we know to be factual, what we know is the case. And so using these sentiments, using these statements can be really powerful to pull us away from emotional thinking into emotion-full experiencing, understanding that our feelings are valid and our truth is what we make it. If you liked this video and found something useful about it, or you've enjoyed any of my other videos, I would really encourage you to like or subscribe. It goes a long way into helping me do more. And if you're interested in even more additional information or something about my children's book or my parent self-help book, check out my website linked down below, or check out my Pinterest page for more ideas. I appreciate you being here, and if you don't feel like you can support in any way, thanks for coming. I hope you learned something, and I hope that you have a good day. And as always, keep feeling and take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time.